What can you sell right now? Can you sell right now? I'm Deborah Atkinson, and you're listening to the Voice for Fitness Professionals podcast, where during regular, normal times, remember those? I talk about how to sell and how to market using copy that converts and promote your business in a way that isn't salesy or pushy so you can create both a business and a life that you love in your fitness career. And today, really I'm addressing something special in this bonus episode talking about COVID-19 and as we come out of it, what works right now and can you sell? Before we start, this episode is brought to you by the Flipping 50 Fitness Specialist. It's for trainers, specifically female trainers, because that's who females in perimenopause and postmenopause want to work with most. And if you want to be the go-to trainer who works with them and is the hormone balancing fitness expert in your area, you'll want to learn more about the first and the only hormone balancing fitness specialist certificate for personal trainers specializing in menopause only. There are two options, and I'll link to both of them in the show notes. Let's dive in. You can sell right now. You can do it without being insensitive or tone deaf to what's happening. You need to do it, in fact, with that frame of mind. There are plenty of people who seem completely blind to the fact that we're in a pandemic and everyone is making buying decisions from a unique perspective. You've probably seen it. I've seen them come through my Facebook timeline. They're on my Instagram account every day. And I'm wondering, with some of those ads, was the ad campaign already underway, already paid for? It was too late to pull it? Because some of them seem like they must be a complete waste of time and actually alienating customers. You don't want to be one of them. This podcast, this episode specifically is for trainers, coaches, and owners who are attempting to take their business online and those who are in early stages of reopening and those who are about to reopen or take their business in a whole different direction. The things I'm going to cover in this episode are what you can sell now, what you'll be able to sell in the future, how you can sell now, and how to nurture and serve right now. First and foremost, you have to know your customer needs. Your customers' needs right now are unique and different than they were 8 weeks ago. So as I record this is May 9th. If you're still talking about weight loss, they may be talking about sleeping. If you're still talking about toning those arms for summer and going sleeveless, they're talking about how much vitamin C to take. If you're still talking about core to get a flat stomach and a bikini body, they're talking about how to prevent stress-related back and neck pain and whether they can even swim and whether that's COVID safe. You have to know your competition. Right now, it's the world. Everyone is online. And by that, I mean every trainer, fitness instructor, health coach. So are you better? Do you have more charisma? Are you more unique? Do you have more expertise? Have you established loyalty? But I also mean every news broadcast, every Netflix binge-worthy season, and Zoom free-for-all you can imagine is also your competition. You'll win if you're serving, and that means you're serving in a way that they're looking for. Don't think that because you're down the street, if they were driving in their car or coming in during their lunch hour, they need to go to your site, your website, or your social media page. Do you really offer an answer that they're searching for right now? Because once they're online, the world is their oyster. Some businesses are right now afraid to email. They hesitated to create content talking about immune boosting habits and how to deal with stress and get better to sleep. They missed early opportunities to round up experts and communicate regularly on those kinds of topics. But if that's you, if you have been reluctant to email, which is the only thing you really control when it comes to communication with your customers, and if you didn't start those early conversations in a broader circle around fitness and health and wellness, it doesn't mean it's too late. We're going to be in this for a while. There are still problems there aren't enough solutions for, and that means there's still opportunities for you. You'll win by not being tone deaf like thousands of other fitness pros that are using the same advertising strategy they had 2 months ago, ignoring the change in climate. But I've got a serious question to ask you. Do you believe no one is buying right now? Is your customer really not buying right now, or are they just not buying what you used to sell? Most likely, they're not buying what you were selling 2 months ago because they don't have the same problems they had 2 months ago. Are you still trying to sell something that made sense pre-COVID-19? Or have you created services that support this moment and these needs right now? Customers have new problems. They still have needs, and they're still looking for solutions. Not everybody is not buying or not able to. I don't want you to get that in your head. Some just aren't buying because no one's offering them a right now solution to the right now problem that they have. Listen, most customers and prospects, they want less. They want less stress, less tension, more energy, and better ability to sleep. They want immune boosting exercise, and they want it for less. They're not comfortable potentially making big purchases, although some still do and can. They can't buy maybe your EFT 3 times a week program, but they might buy a 6-week program with accountability. They want a program that they can do at home if they have to or want to. They want a routine and schedule. They need accountability more than ever, and they know it. You also have to keep in mind, this won't last forever. So while you're building something smaller, something that you can tease and treat like an appetizer, remember this won't last forever. Fitness is forever changed. It's not going back the way it is. Not in Scottsdale, not in Boulder, Colorado, not in Ames, Iowa. And those I only mention because they're the 3 locations I've lived at during my lifetime. But wherever you are in the world, fitness has changed. It will look different, but it's anybody's guess as to how. You can be part of creating as it unfolds. If you're the one asking customers, you're on the front lines of business rebuilding. If you don't sit back and wait, if you listen, you'll be leading them. You will eventually be able to sell something more, and you will, when they're ready, they'll want to buy from you. It's important for me to ask, how are you communicating? Have you changed the way you talk to your customers? Have you changed the message you're sending to them? Are you helping them understand there's a unique way to use your services, potentially new, not same services, now that helps them get what they need and want? Are you pointing out in your messaging that it's not their fault, they don't know how, or may not have realized they're making mistakes following the same exercise routine that they had 2 months ago? They may not know the difference between immune boosting fitness and exercise routines and what they were doing 2 months ago. Have you told them? And then ask them. Listen to them. How are they doing? What do they need now? How can I be here for you? Those questions are open-ended, but they are helpful. Tell them you're creating something for them and you need their input. Tell them you're not just trying to take what you've always had and shove that down their throats. You don't have to use those words. Change your conversation. Talk about how to feel good. They've had it about up to here with talk about stress. They know they're stressed. Start telling them how to relax. Tell them you're listening. Tell them you're creating something based on their responses. And then do. Not based on what you've always sold in times that were predictable, but based on right now and what they need, want, and deserve right now. There you have it. Number one, if you want to sell something now, start communicating. Put out a quiz, a survey, a poll. Ask customers what they most need now. What's the hardest? I can give you a hint at what my customers tell me over the last couple of months, and that is they want a routine. They're finding it hard to stick to a schedule. They want some kind of anchor in the day and in the week. You can work with that. And two, create something new, something now. Create a mini series, create a solution to a problem. Worry last about how to create it. Most often in the past, if you've been lucky and you made the mistake of creating services based on equipment and space instead of the problems of people, then you'll have to change the way you create your business. But you will be building a stronger business that's based on people. The third thing to do here is price it and offer it in a way that makes sense for the time that we're in. Think of this as a lower ticket item. Serve a lot of people with this. Create another sense of community that people are all looking for. And for the time that we're in, and that still allows the touch, the personal touch that somebody needs. If this was helpful, please leave a comment and subscribe in iTunes. And you can also subscribe on Stitcher or iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to your podcasts. What are you waiting for? Start making a difference. Stay strong. Stay home. Stay in business.